Somebody gave me a question. Can fear manifest into physical ailments or spiritual stalling? Yes. Yes. Oh my, that's a beautiful question. Fear. It is a vibration. It is to help us to stay stuck or to help us move forward. We have all of these spiritual bodies. And what happens is a spiritual issue. This is what our soul has not figured out. It hasn't looked at enough perspectives. You know what a kaleidoscope looks like. You know, those are all different perspectives of the same thing. If you haven't really allowed yourself to let go and to move to the next level of conscious competence, you know, from unconscious incompetence, you will then you will then have the spiritual issue begin to whittle down through the emotions and the mental body, which is going to condense it to the etheric body. The etheric body will then show you physically what's going on. So fear. I was telling you about negative emotions. Now, fear is a one word, but basically under it is all the negativity. And it can come in many forms. When you are vulnerable and your energies are open, you know, you're split open like a pig and you take on energies from other people, then you can feel them. Well, I know a couple people that I adore and love, and they took on more than one emotion at once, which is I refer to as psychic attack. It's not that if somebody deliberately did it, it was hanging and you magnetically pulled it in. Not that it's compatible, but you were designated to learn from it. It's in your soul contract. What can happen is that when you get so much into the emotion, you start identifying it. Like I'll say the scoliosis. I won't say my scoliosis because I know it's a scoliosis issue. It's a bone. It's something that I haven't resolved yet, something that I haven't quite seen. So what happens is that this physical issue can manifest whatever it's supposed to be for you. That same energy can be in another person and come out as a different ailment. But it's all in the soul contract. It is designed not to stall you deliberately saying, oh, we don't want her to get anywhere with her evolving. No, we're in the ascension stage now, going back and remembering. But it will stall you because you need to resolve this. And if you try to force yourself to go into spirituality, you can cause, with the Kundalini, for example, will create the energy and it can hurt the physical body. Again, it's not intention to say, oh, I've got to hurt her and stop her. No. There's no evil there. It is to wake up and say, now there are some groups out there that believe that there's parasites and all of these stuff, and this is what they're choosing to focus on. But you got to remember, when you start to heal those particular vibrations, it changes the frequencies, which allows you to become more spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally protected. You are evolving and maturing all four parts of you: spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. When that occurs, your vibrational frequency state changes your state from hell to heaven. When I say hell, it's because it's your dramas, it's the traumas, it's the things that you attract in, okay? There's nothing to say that none of that's not true about all of the other negative things. There's nothing to say that it's not right. If you understand string theory, if you understand that there are other dimensions happening at the same time, that we live in a spiral, okay? The past is now, then the future is now, everything's now, everything's happening now. So that's why when I look at you and you go through a particular issue, I can see the age you are because it's overlapping who you are. So consciously you're mature, but the reaction, the program, it could be your 2-year-old self. But it's hard to fathom when you look at yourself and, well, I'm not being 2 years old. Or you could take it as an insult or that it's a flaw. Oh, how dare you? That's what we refer to as the hot seat. But if you spiritually hear me, you begin to get it. And then you're like, how do I know? that is even true. And then when you begin to focus on how you know, some of the things will help you grow exponentially, and some of those that you're like, I consciously choose to heal this so that I can evolve from having to believe this way or feel this way. So I hope that answers your question. If it's still unclear, rewrite it again. Maybe I'll see it differently.